So there's an example problem that talks about a pizza place. And basically, this pizza place, let me just write, I'm not going to write all the words out because I don't want you guys to have to write all the words out. But there's this pizza place, and they charge $12 per pizza. Okay. And then plus, well, let me see, Mr. Adams is already thinking like a math teacher. Plus an extra $2 per topping. Okay. Let's write an equation of the cost. So what does that mean? Well, I want to figure out the cost of one pizza. I'm going to do an equation of the cost of one pizza. So that right off the bat, I'm going to have to pay $12 plus $2 per topping, right? I'm going to let the number of toppings be X. And then the cost is going to be Y. I have this equation, but notice that this equation is not necessarily written in terms of y equals mx plus b. In other words, it doesn't look like y equals mx plus b, but it does look like y equals b plus mx, right? So that's the key here for this problem. We've got to know that the number in front of the x is the slope. And so the question wants us to graph this. So they give us the function, but they want us to graph this. So how do I graph that? Well, I've got to figure out a couple of things. One, this is my slope. In other words, this is my m value. That's my slope. And 12 then must be, that's my y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis. So if I know a point on the line, I can graph it. In other words, let's sketch out a graph. And we got to determine the independent and dependent variable. Well, because y is the cost, my y-axis represents the cost of the pizza. And what does that depend on? The number of toppings, right? Because that's my x value. So now how do I graph this? Well, if I count by twos, in other words, this is 2. Actually, let me do that over. If I count by twos, this is 2, this is 4, this is 6, this is 8, and this is 10, and lastly, this is 12. My y-intercept occurs at 12, right? That's my y-intercept, occurs at 12. Now, my slope is 2. So let's label the toppings. So if I have my toppings, I'm going to count those by 2. So there's 2 toppings, 4 toppings, so on and so forth. And then I think what I'll do so we can get a better view of the graph is I'm going to extend this graph. I'm going to blow it up a little bit like this. Oops. So what I need to do then to find the graph is I'm going to go up 1, 2 over 1 because 2 is the same as 2 over 1. So that's a point. From there, I'm going to go up 2 over 1. That's a point. And then that's basically how I graph this. And that's it.